Arguably one of the highest impact and most consistent supports to ever be released, Thresh has stood the test of time as an incredible support champion, and is one I recommend that you should learn. I've been playing League since 2012, and throughout the years that I've been playing this game, I can tell you with confidence that Thresh has always been a part of the meta. As I don't really see that status changing anytime soon, I wanted to explain what just makes Thresh such a fantastic champion in both solo queue and professional play. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to get subscribed for more content like this. Thresh hits this wonderful balance of skill expression, carry potential, and utility that any module champion should be looking for. When you play him, you really feel his impact. You know that you have agency in the game from start to finish, and you know that you will be greatly rewarded for your consistency. This is thanks to a couple of important things relating to his champion identity that give him this incredible sense of reliability and trust that you can perform on him. The first thing that relates to this is his archetype. Thresh slots himself as a heavy utility support champion that can be useful in pretty much any situation. Having the ability to directionally play both forward and back, he ends up rounding out and being a perfect complement to a lot of AD carry champions that use him as a crutch. Champions like Aphelios, Jinx, or Ashe, ones that don't really have much in the way of being able to save themselves, love having a champion like Thresh by their side. Thresh gives them increased survivability thanks to his Lantern and other CC abilities, while Death Sentence provides a good amount of much needed pressure in the laning phase. He can set up plays, protect the homies, and pretty much do it all. But although he can do it all, I'd like to clarify a couple of misconceptions with the champion, especially in professional play, where it often leads to an overcommitment of what the champion is capable of. Although Thresh has decent tools to get a pick and start off a fight if he were to do so, this does not mean that Thresh is immediately an engaged champion in the bottom lane. Compared to his competitors and champions like Nautilus, Alistar, or Leona, Thresh is much more of a defensive support and should not be the one immediately going in. This is because of two main factors. The first one is that Thresh just does not have the beef that these other champions have. Contrary to what you might think, Thresh is actually relatively squishy for a support with so much utility. So when you hit a hook, or you think you might go in, you have to think twice before you actually commit to a big team fight or a skirmish in lane. Even with Aftershock, Thresh just tends to have lower base stats or weaker defensive abilities than these other champions, and if you've got good experience on these other champions, you would know what I mean. It also does not help the fact that Thresh's engaged tools are much harder to hit than the average backline diver. Hitting Death Sentence is a relatively low percentage move when compared to the 100% hit rate combos of things like Nautilus Ultimate or Leona Stun into Solar Flare. When he's drafted in professional play, these teams are not thinking about picking Thresh for his incredible engage or anything like that, because he actually just doesn't bring that to the table. What he brings instead is a really well-rounded, blindable, useful kit for overall front-to-back scenarios, and is an excellent partner for any backline. If the opportunity arises, he can surely swing to the front line, but if engage is what you want, other champions are going to be better. An example of this in practice is how you barely ever see Kai'Sa with Thresh as a bot lane pairing. This is because it's not actually that good. Kai'Sa wants true backline dive, and does not need much in the way of peel. Thresh provides peel and can't access the backline that easily. It's pretty simple when said this way, but it's a very common misconception, and we just have to redefine what it means when we see Thresh as a champion. The main strength Thresh gains in exchange for the squishiness and inconsistency in engage is the fact that he is ranged, and that he's good in every situation with the right comp. This is big for a support in the laning phase, because support players are able to take advantage of their range advantage in order to gain bush control, which generally results in being able to either contest or generate prio in the early stages of the lane. If things get tough, Thresh has good defensive tools to also stabilize the lane and try to harass the enemy support in these situations. No matter the matchup, and no matter what state of the game you're in, there's usually something that Thresh can do. This translates well into why I think that Thresh is an excellent addition to any champion pool, whether you main support or not. In solo queue, Thresh has tools that will be an asset no matter what, and his ability to neutralize almost every matchup means that he's a very high value champion to learn. Many pro players that rise up through the ranks have all played a ton of Thresh, and for good reason. He's one of the champions that has the highest reward for time invested, and also teaches you a ton about the game in general. That is, in order to really succeed on Thresh, you need to have a strong fundamental understanding about the game in general, whether it's on support or on another role. This is why I would totally recommend adding Thresh to your champion pool, no matter what you play and where you play it. Thanks for listening to another installment of Why You Should Learn. As always, hope you guys found this insightful, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay fresh.